Morning guys. This morning I received my package from Blitz and I can't believe how quickly it's come, but I've got it all here and I'm just going to go through it with you and show what I've got, and then I'm going to product test it in the gym, see how I feel about it, and then if I like it, if it's good enough and if I think it's good enough for you guys to use, I will be selling it on the website. So firstly, I bought this. I bought it for Laura. It's a self-defense. It's called a Kubotan. I don't know if you Kubotan. It's a Kubotan keyring. That's what it looks like. I bought that for her to put on her keys as a self-defense tool. If anybody gives her any hassle when she's parking in West Quay or going back to her car after work, she can pull that out and give them a nasty jab in the eye or in the ribs. It's not very heavy, but it's this end here is quite it's not very smooth. It would hurt a lot if you jab someone in the ribs with that. So you know, it's quite light. I might even get one for myself because it's quite cool just to have on my keys. So there's that. It's not even in the box because I've already put it on her keys. The second thing I bought is this mouth guard. Now this one's going to be for me. Obviously I'm going to test it. It's a bit weird. It's a double mouth guard. As you can see, it's got the inner groove there and on the other side. This bit pops out, so it's got a hole in the middle so you can bite down on it and still breathe through it, which is similar to the one I've got, my Shock Doctor one, which it's got the gel insert at the top, which is molded to my teeth, and the bottom is slightly different, but you can see there's holes in there and you bite down on it so it protects your whole teeth and your jaw, and then it's got the holes in the front. The holes in this one are a bit bigger, but there's less of them. It's supposed to mold to your teeth, but it feels pretty hard. I'm not sure. And it looks quite small compared to my mouth. If you look at the size, it looks a bit of a funny shape, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. But I'll try it and see. And if it's good, then, and if it's usable, then we'll sell it on the website. If not, I'll probably go to Shock Doctor and try and find the most reasonable one of these, because this one was quite expensive. But they do other ones, singular gel ones, which are quite nice. So I'll product test them, see which one I like best, and we'll try and sell that on the site. So I'll be giving that a go. It says on the bottom of the box, on the bottom of this little tub that it comes in, Blitz gum shield, ideal for all contact sports. This gum shield has been tested in accordance with BSI DD 253/2001 and is CE compliant, therefore meets the standard for size, fit, retention, level 2 for transmitted force, impact testing and quality. And then it talks about cleaning and manufactured in the UK, blah blah blah. But so yeah, it is fit for purpose according to the label, but we shall see when I test it out. I also got these Blitz hand wraps. The only reason I bought these was because I needed to go over a certain amount to get the free delivery, and it was only a couple of quid, so I thought I would get these Blitz hand wraps to see what they're like. They look very similar to my RDX ones. I'm going to open them up and have a look. Yeah, there's very similar material, so they should be absolutely fine. The only difference is that they've got the Blitz logo on and the strap is a little bit different, which I think might actually work out fine because the strap is thinner. It's if you can see that there, it's not going to cause an issue. Here's my Blitz strap. Now sometimes with my RDX strap, sorry, sometimes with these I find that this Velcro here slightly overrides. Obviously it goes around that way, but if I don't put it on exactly perfectly in line, then sometimes the Velcro, the rough bit of the Velcro can overhang and that can scratch your skin, and you don't notice it straight away, but then once you've taken it all off and the adrenaline's worn off, you can have quite nasty abrasions on your skin from Velcro. So I've always found that a bit of a flaw with the RDX ones, and I have to make sure that they're perfectly aligned so that they don't cause that problem. But with these Blitz ones, as you can see, the strap is very thin, so it's not going to cause that problem, I don't think. It's going to be definitely within the outside of the rim there anyway, so they may even be better than the RDX ones. They're very similar material, they look exactly the same sort of weave, so they should be good. I'll test them out. If they're really good and I like them, we might sell them on the website too for anybody who wants. Some hand wraps, I can teach you how to do these. I didn't, it was only probably a couple of years ago that I learned how to do this myself, how to hand wrap, because when you're constantly changing from wearing gloves and not wearing gloves, it's easier to use just the sort of the inner glove things, and I've always used those. I started using these and I actually prefer them because they give your hands a lot more comfort and support inside boxing gloves. You can't really use them inside MMA gloves, so that's another reason why I didn't use them so much before, but they are handy for if you're doing a lot of boxing. If you're wearing them for multiple rounds or you're doing a lot of boxing training, they do protect your hands and protect your fingers, and can you know, they protect your joints where you're causing impact, so they're a good thing to have. So I'll be testing those out. So next I bought these hot and cold packs. They're obviously a first aid thing. They're very cold. The gel in them is very cold on their own, so if you put that in the fridge, it would be very handy for cooling down any swelling. It feels very cold already just in the package. Obviously it's been in transit, so it turned up first thing this morning, so they've probably been stuck in the back of a van in the freezing cold weather, so they are very cold. And that's, I could feel how well that will be, how good that will be for if anybody gets any swellings, definitely, you know, for that instant relief to cool that down. And also they're microwavable and they're reusable, so instead of having a hot water bottle, if you've got an achy neck or something like that, that's what I'm going to test these out for, try them out, and if they're good, again, I will sell these on the website. But I bought these two for first aid, really, but I'm going to try one out. I'll keep this one in the packet. It's going to be for first aid. I'll probably put it in my first aid box up there by the door, and that will be used. It will be kept in the packet and used if anybody needs it, and then I'll if they're good, I will sell them on the website as well for if anybody wants to buy them for a home to put, you know, to warm up and put on a sore and achy muscles or what have you. Now the next product I got from Blitz is these ankle sleeves. I'm a big fan of these. I find they give a lot of support for your ankle. I've always bought the RDX ones. I've bought cheap ones off of eBay before and they've never really been as good as the RDX ones. But the RDX ones are very expensive for what they are. They're just an easy material that are mass produced, and they're very expensive on RDX. These Blitz ones are a lot cheaper, but they look exactly the same. So I think they're going to be okay, but it all depends on this hole here, how big it is, whether it will be comfortable around the ankle or not, and how tight they are. But I've never seen these before, never tried them. I'm just going to take them out of the packet now. It's the first time I've ever seen them. It looks pretty good. It looks like the hole might be a bit small, but we'll see. It does open up quite wide. We'll see. I'll try them out in the gym on the bag. I find these really helpful because they lock the heat into your ankles, which prevents sprains and keeps all your ligaments in your ankle nice and warm when you're training. And they also provide a bit of support, so if you do twist your ankle, it doesn't twist as far as it would without them. because they're obviously elasticated and they keep it all locked in tight. But they're not bulletproof. Obviously, they don't prevent injuries completely, but they do help to reduce the risk of injury, and they do keep your ankles nice and warm and supple, so there's less chance of getting injury. So I'm going to try these out. Let me just grab my RDX one so you can see the difference. Now these RDX ones are well worn. I've had these for quite a long time. It's actually inside out. I've had these so long that the elastic in the top and the bottom and around this bit is it's become loose, and the gold thing, the gold label that was on there is completely worn away. But I still wear these. They still lock that heat in, but they're obviously misshapen, and you can see the elastic there is all overstretched, and when you pull it, it sort of cracks. So it's definitely time to replace them. As you can see, the ankle hole is a lot bigger, but I think that again this elastic is just all overstretched and become completely useless. They still do provide a lot of elasticity, and the main bulk of the material though is just the top and around the holes that have sort of frayed in the internal elastic. These are made very similar by the look of it, so we'll see how they play out. Next thing I bought is these Shin Guards. Now, I was very skeptical that these would be any good. They are a lot cheaper than most of the Shin Guards I've seen, most of the proper brand name Shin Guards. They are considerably cheaper. So I thought that they weren't going to be very good. They're the best ones that Blitz make. And looking at them, they actually look pretty good. The shape of this bit here looks good. They look very similar to Top Kings. There's a few other brands that use that sort of design for this. One of my biggest problems with Shin Guards, and I've always found this, is this foot instep part doesn't stick with the foot, and you end up with, if you turn your foot a certain way, like from side to side, you'll end up with the top bit staying there, and it looks weird to me and it feels uncomfortable. And if you kick, it normally stays on your foot, but occasionally it will slide off and you catch the side of your foot or your toes. But these seem to move. They're nicely curved round, so they should stick to the foot. I haven't even looked at the elastic yet. As you can see, they're still in the packet, but they look pretty good. And if they're good, I may be selling these on the site. So let's open them up and have a look. Okay, so they come in two separate. One's inside the other, which is okay, I suppose. They're not leather. They're, let's put one to one side. They're not leather at all. They're some sort of, almost like a Kevlar type material. They're probably not Kevlar, just Kevlar looking. I don't know, but they're very strong. They do feel very like a woven material, maybe. I don't know, it might just be fake plastic. But they look pretty good. They look pretty tough. There's a lot of padding there. A lot of nice padding. This extra bit on the front will obviously provide a lot of padding for the shin. They come round nicely, so that will cover the leg well. The foot looks okay. Oh, I'm a bit concerned with that. We'll see. Compare that to these, which I got for Christmas, and I've shown you a little video of what these like. About the same movement in the instep. These have got these extra bits on the side here which lock it to the foot quite tightly. This feels a bit looser, to be honest, than this, but we shall see. We shall see. Same setup though, same straps in similar positions. The elastic on these Blitz ones is a little bit looser than these, so we'll have to see how these go. But these really stick to my feet well. They don't slide at all because they've got these little silicone beads on the inside which basically hug it to your leg. But these are normally over £100, about £105, whereas these are £47.99, but that doesn't include delivery costs. So I'm not sure exactly how much I'll be selling them for, but we shall see how they do. But they do feel good. The instep has got a lot of padding too, a bit firmer padding than on the Hayabusas, maybe. About the same, a bit thicker maybe. So I'm looking forward to trying these out and seeing how good they are, but we shall see. There doesn't seem much foot movement in that foot when it's bent up. When it's like that, it's okay, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm looking forward to trying those out. And the last thing is I bought some matching boxing gloves. Now, I don't know how good these are going to be. There's a Centurion brand, the Blitz Centurion. They feel okay. They're 16-ounce gloves. I'm used to wearing leather gloves, so they feel a bit odd, but we'll see what they're like. Yeah, you can definitely tell that they are not leather. They feel okay though. I could definitely puncture them. There's a definite feel of less quality than the leather ones, but they look good. They've got a good solid pad in there. I could definitely puncture them. Feel a bit loose around the middle, but obviously if you're wearing hand wraps, that will cut that out a bit. They've got a similar sort of design to my Adidas ones, but the pad is a lot thinner on that part anyway. The pad in the front feels good. Yeah, I'll try them out on the bag, maybe on the pads when I get back to it, but they feel okay. Yeah, we'll see. It's all down to how they feel when they're being used, and the my most important thing when it comes to my students is safety. On the shin guards and on the gloves, they're there to protect people when they're training, and if it works, then it's fine and I'll sell them. If it doesn't, then we'll have to look elsewhere. But yeah, like I said in my previous video, Blitz do not make top of the range stuff, and that is reflected in their prices. They make stuff that is run-of-the-mill, it's useful, it's practical, and it does the job. So we'll test them out and see what they're like. And the thing that Blitz are best known for is their gis and their belts, and I always had a karate Blitz gi, and I also always had all my belts throughout my whole karate career, if you want to call it that, or karate experience. We always had Blitz belts and Blitz karate mitts. It's so long ago I can't remember. Yeah, karate mitts. They were sort of like a semi-contact mitt that just sort of they went between the central fingers there. They were white and their Blitz logo on. I've still got my one of them somewhere in the loft from years and years ago. But this is a Blitz BJJ Gi. Now, I've got a traditional Blitz jiu-jitsu gi up here, which I've worn a few times. It's not as good. It's a good quality gi, but it's not the same. Let me just get it down. That's it there. It's not the same as a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gi with all the extra stitching, and it's a slightly different material. This is a lot thicker and coarser, and it's different to this sort of gi, which is the one I had made, the close combat one, which is a different type of material. It's got a lot of extra stitching to support. It's different to that. But this one here is similar to that close combat one you've just seen, and it's not that pricey. So I'm going to test this out. It's called a Vencedor Blitz Vencedor, and they come in all different sizes, and I'm going to try this out. The material feels very strong but movable, whereas the traditional Jiu-Jitsu gi, the material is movable but it's a bit rougher. So yeah, and these round here are like, you've got 6 stitches in, very tough, very strong for gi grappling. For yeah, they look really good quality. I'm quite looking forward to having a go in these. So yeah, if they're as good as I think they are, then I will be selling these on the website too, for anybody who wants to have a bit of a sweat barrier for when we get to our grappling. Also, everyone will need one of these when we get to, if anybody sticks with it and gets all the way up through the belt. When we get to black belt, we'll be doing a lot more advanced gi techniques. In 3 years time, if you stick with it for 3 years and you've graded every time you get to black belt, we will be doing a lot more stuff with the gi to go up through the black belt grades. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. Very happy with how it looks initially. I'm going to try it on in a bit, and probably make some videos in the gym to show how it all works and how it all feels. Compare it. I'll do, like with the Shin Guards, I'll wear my Hayabusa ones, which are very expensive and very good, and I will compare them to the Blitz ones, but I'll also compare them to the close combat ones I had made and the old ones that I've worn before from RDX. I'll try them all out together, because to see where these fit in context with those, because the RDX ones are good but they've got flaws, and these look better than the RDX ones, to be quite honest with you. They look quite good, and I'm quite impressed with them, but I don't think they'll be quite as good as these. But then these are a top of the range, very expensive brand. They put a lot of product development into the Hayabusa range, so we'll just see how they are, and if they're good enough, they will be for sale for students. They come in different colours. They come in a gold, a blue and a red, I think, this central bit, and the same with the gloves. They've got the gold, the blue and the red, where those colours are, but the black bits stay the same. So yeah, I'll give them a go, see how I feel about it, and I'll let you all know how I get on.